maybe not the biggest of boobs, and then like shapely legs and so on. That's always kind of more the look I aspire to, and to be honest, I aspire to that look with the knowledge that I can't really get that look because most of the models are like 5'10", 5'8", I believe is the minimum height. So like 5'8" to like 6 foot, and it's like, you know, I'm not that, and I will never get like that. I can wear very tall heels, but I will still not be technically naturally that height, and it's just something you know, something that I think about. You know, I know that's my ideal body type, but I know that's not approachable. So maybe that's for me. Oh my god. Nightbot, Stream Elements. They're having a showdown. Who will win? Nightbot or Stream Elements? Honestly, I think Nightbot would probably win? Yeah, okay. I will, I believe, just temporarily ban him. I feel bad. Okay, whatever. Sometime when I log off tonight, can someone remind me not to unban them eventually? But for now, I just banned them. It'll be fine. But yeah, so I don't know. That's also, I think, you know what. Yeah, so like what culture and whatever kind of depends. Determines what body type is more socially expectable. Ah, thank you for that, Overlord. I appreciate it. But I mean, beyond even that, I would say though, like, where was I going with this train of thought? I had a thought, and then it went pew. Height, body type. Oh. I mean, even, like, like, things have just changed rapidly so much due to the advent of social media. Listen, I know this might be surprising considering my noodle arms at the current present me, but back in the day, I used to be not buff. I would say I had muscle, but I wouldn't say I was necessarily buff because I never did the weight training thing. Like, I actually never cared about, like, my fat percentages or whatever. I wasn't like, ugh, I need to get my six-pack. Or like, ugh, I need to have my biceps defined. I need to define my back muscles right here. That wasn't ever really my thing. But yeah, no, I used to do a lot of bodyweight exercises. I was part of a full contact Kyokushin karate, and they make you do a lot of ab exercises, of leg exercises, of all kinds of exercises. So yeah, I wouldn't say I was necessarily buff, but I was definitely more, had more muscle mass than I definitely do now. And I remember back in those days when I still had that body mass and was like posting social media images and whatever, I'd get a lot of comments, basically calling me a man, or saying I worked out too much, or how dare you have such broad shoulders as a woman, and, yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't even do push-ups nowadays. Actually, not so much for the social media, like the social media backlash, actually. That's mostly because they don't make women's jackets with if you have any type of shoulder muscle. I was constantly like, from all my jackets and everything, which sucked. So actually, me not doing push-ups is mostly like out of the fear of that I will outgrow all my jackets, which is such a stupid fear. Oh my god. But yeah. So, like, but now I feel like a lot muscular women are more, it's more prominent, like, being able to, like that type of body shape and whatever. So even, like, in the course of, like, I don't know, like, a couple of years, even that type of dynamic has changed. So it's just kind of crazy. It's just, like, I don't know. As I said, you do what makes you happy. Personally speaking, I would like to have some of my muscle back, but I'm trying to focus more on my leg and my ab muscles and less on my shoulder muscles. Mostly because I said I would like to I would like to continue fitting in my jackets, and I know that sounds very, very stupid, but I do like my collection of jackets, and I would appreciate still being able to fit into them. We all have our small things in life. Yeah, so yeah, and as I said, it's just like I remembered like when I was doing Chun-Li photos and whatever, and I was showing any type of muscle or anything, people would just accuse me immediately of like, oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it's as I said, like I have a large collection. Like there is someone at work who used to call me Guns, right? Because I constantly wear tank tops or like kind of like sleeveless shirts and everything. And I didn't actually even technically think about that or anything like that, right? Like it's not like an active, it wasn't an active choice of me to constantly wear tank tops or whatever, but as I like thought about my life and everything, I made the realization is that I just started wearing more tank tops because I didn't have to worry about my arm shoulders, like my shoulder muscles like hulking out of it, and then you know, I could just be me, normal person. It's just kind of hilarious now because, in my opinion, I have kind of spaghetti arms. Um, because uh, well, the internet is the internet, and what can I say? And the internet is the internet, and also I would say, while Chun-Li is actually relatively buff, I think there's an expect honestly, I feel like the most amount of harassment I used to get is when I would portray a stereotypically sexy character, someone like Bayonetta or someone, and maybe not do them in the most sexualized context, right? So if that makes sense. Because how you pose and how you portray the character, even if it's a very sexy outfit, how you stand and how you regard the character has a really strong effect on how the images are perceived. And I feel like I used to get the most amount of criticism and like negative reaction when I cosplayed a sort of that type of feminine character, but not in that kind of sexualized view. Like it's kind of funny to me because when you're just flat out post sexy photos or whatever, like bikini photos or anything, nada. When you post cute photos, nada. When you post sexy characters that in more safe for work, more neutral context, oh my god, so much crap. Um, that has died down a lot over the years, but I think that's honestly also just because like, um, in terms of social media stuff, I'm like, I wouldn't say my Instagram is dead or anything, but I definitely stopped trying to get as like do all the like follows and whatever. Like I just don't care about my social media presence as much anymore, and as a result, I don't get because my images aren't getting shared as much and everything. I don't get that level of hatred or that level of hate anymore. Um, so like, I yeah. So I mean, so like I haven't gotten that type of response as much anymore, but I don't know. It probably still exists somewhere out in the interwebs. I've just so far managed to avoid it. Also like low key, also I think like some I don't like I don't want to like some communities are better about their cosplayers being different or looking different or that type of thing compared to some other cosplay communities. Like I find the Monster Hunter communities like super super nice, super super chill. Everyone's pretty much you know just chill, right? And like some of the other cosplay communities that I've been in, they didn't have that same type of vibe. So yeah, it's also kind of just interesting to me that how like game communities, like cosplay communities, kind of have that vibe. I'm guessing I mean, I guess that makes sense, right? But generally, game communities are notorious for having very toxic gaming type people in them. Tend to have pretty toxic cosplay communities too. Like it's pretty one to one, and that's I don't know. I guess that's just kind of an interesting little phenomena to me. Um, but it's just like it's weird for me though to get hate for Bayo Because in the Bayo fandom is so chill, so nice. Love them to death. But since Bayonetta showed up in Smash Bros, right? You get a lot of like Smash Bros fans, and Smash Bros is not known for being as chill as a community. So, you know, I wouldn't say there've been like fights or per se or anything, but you've also gotten like Bayo fans kind of annoyed on how the Smash Bros community interprets Bayonetta as a character and that type of thing. I definitely get really kind of annoyed at that too because um like I was reading for Bayonetta 3 they introduced a new mode where you can so Bayonetta gets naked. Well, not naked naked. Like mostly naked, as you play the game, right? And there's a mode that you can now play that has her maintain her clothing when you do certain moves and everything like that, right? It's optional and everything, right? Um, but people were like, "Ooh hoo hoo! Why do you need this mode? Isn't Bayonetta as close as you can get to a porn game?" And it's like, no. Bayonetta really isn't a porn game. If you need to see what a porn game is, I highly recommend you watch you some Honey Pop videos. Or, whatchamacallit? I'm trying to, is it, what, Monster Musume? I think that's